Hello there, Only One Kenobi here, Only One, and welcome back to another episode of Only One Fans. I think this is episode 8, I think, anyway. I just want to say that I've been a little bit busy and I haven't even given any kind of reaction to the latest trailer for Obi-Wan, but I loved it. I really did. I liked it a lot more than, say, the first one. Well, let me rephrase that there. I watched the first one and I liked it, but then I went off and I watched a few people talking about stuff, bait and switch kind of things. People were discussing that, saying that it was going to be... I don't know, man. I won't even go there into that now. I suppose the best judgment will be when we watch it. My thoughts were coming straight off the back of Book of Boba Fett, which I thought was very hit and miss. And actually, now time has passed, we've all had a chance to digest it. And you put it head to head with Mandalorian, it was nowhere near as good. In fact, we all know that 5 and 6, I think it was episodes 5 and 6, were brilliant, unbelievably polished gems in the middle of all the other action that you saw in that series, which was a shame. Still, I'm hoping that this series will be right up there and excellent. Who would be opposed to that happening? You know, who would want it to be crap? Nobody would. So there you are. But I might even yet do another analysis and a few more videos. I really thought I was going to do more and say more about Kenobi than I have, but I would like to get myself sorted. These shows, much as I love them, have taken a lot of my time up. So I appreciate you watching now. Do hit the like button and all of that. Thank you very much. So let's move on with the show. This episode, I thought it would be quite fitting, given that Kenobi season is kicking in and my excitement levels are growing, that I would feature the other Starfighter, which is a beautiful ship designed by Doug Chiang to echo the Star Destroyer design, which is the first Jedi Starfighter I've seen in Attack of the Clones. This is, of course, the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones this year. Brilliant ship. Was supposed to be in the vintage collection if you look at the back of the card backs, but never happened. But still, it would be nice to be reissued. Oh yes. A little bit of housekeeping as well. Please do still let me know what your favourite Star Wars 3 3/4 inch figure is. I'm compiling a few answers that have come already. I think a few people might be shy to leave a voice message. Do it. Don't be shy. You can leave me a message on Instagram or of course Facebook. But if you are too shy and you don't want to do that, just drop me a comment. Later on in the show, I will also be bringing you Wan Voice is back. But also, again, with that, if you are someone who would like to put in a question or a comment, you don't have to just leave a voice message. You could just drop a comment in this video and I will play it next week. Not play it, you know what I mean? I will read it out and answer your question or whatever you've got. There you are. And finally, I will be opening Darth Maul Sith Speeder. Something that came up not long ago because I was looking at my new Maul figure, which is awesome. VC202. I beg your pardon, 201. And it got me thinking about other Maul figures. I've got loads of Maul figures, but they're all brilliant. They're all different in their own little way. But I did have a look at a few others, and I ended up getting the Sith Speeder, which is something I've always wanted. So there you are. I shall be opening that for you later. So it's going to be a jam-packed show. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Only One Kenobi. You are the One and Obis, the Only One fans.
Yeah, I just wanna open my figures. If I throw my nigga trigger, yeah, I just wanna open my figures. If I just wanna open my figures, I just wanna open my figures. just wanna open my fingers. I just wanna show you my fingers. I just wanna.
Hello there. Oh, I don't quite know what started it. Maybe it was opening this guy not long ago. But I found a few more that I really want to get to add to my collection, right? And but up here, I'll just show you very quickly what I've got. This is not a Maul shelf, but what it is if this is the Phantom Menace and you've got Attack of the Clones, Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith, just to sort of get a bit more space, I thought I'd put all the lightsaber duels from the prequels on the top shelf. And it just so happens I've got a lot of Maul figures. Maul and Obi-Wan. They did various, versions. They had, they had a Maul with a hood on, just standing, and they also had the same for Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, just like fully robed. Then they had sort of still stood, then they had action stood. So they had 3 different types of each figure. It was great. But so yeah, that's why I've got all this, and I love the lightsaber fight on in the Phantom Menace. So this is also kind of what you could call a little bit of a Maul shelf, because I've got all these other figures. This is the shirtless Maul here, kind of the training before they release him, and so on. So I don't quite know where yet I'm going to put this guy. This is a brilliant figure. I might either put him at the end of the Clone Wars. This is the end of Revenge of the Sith, and this is sort of Bad Batch, isn't it? Which is all relative. So, but this is such a good figure. I'm thinking about putting him on the top shelf. Anyway, that's a little bit of extra waffle than you need. I'm going to open this now, and I'm hoping it's going to be that Maul Speeder. Otherwise, I'm going to look a bit daft. Bear with me, please. And there it is. It is the Sith Speeder. The price I got this at was competitive with the original release of this, which I think was going all the way back to 1999. They can't have changed it much in that time, except obviously this is nicer packaging. I did like the 2012 movie line packaging for the Phantom Menace and stuff, and there were some good figures. In fact, actually, there was a figure pack I picked up back in 2013. I remember getting dead cheap as well in Tesco. I got him and the Palpatine. Let me go and get him now. It's a really good one, actually. Very, dare I say, expanded universe. It's like imagining what he would do if he, not against Yoda, because I don't remember his hood coming off, but that is, he came packaged like that. And there was another release of this figure like that looked terrible. It was the one that was in the Sith Evolutions, actually. But that figure, I remember seeing it in the packaging and thinking about how good it was. In fact, that just made me think again about bubbles and bloody seeing figures and making you want to buy them. Anyway, but that's a great one. What have we got here on the back then? Sith Speeder. Have a look at that. Darth Maul. I've always wanted a Sith Speeder. That's a good picture of him there. That's just the shot when those droids come back. There's another one. I've already got a couple of these. What want to be done? Brilliant. I mean, that's patience, isn't it? As opposed to him roaming around, he just sends off a few probes and waits for them. That is patience. They say about Siths being patient. Although one would say that a Sith isn't patient. Patience, But obviously they are. Even George Lucas, the man himself has said that.
The thing about the Sith is they're patient, kind of waiting for time to strike.
Whatever you said. I think I want to get this open. Oh, look at that. That's a nice background there, isn't it? On the edge of Mos Espa, maybe. Anyway, whatever. That's a really nice shot, that. Oh, stand. Awesome. Brilliant. Look at that one. Slightly more golden than I've seen before. I've seen the brownie ones before. But, yeah, nice. Darth Maul, Galactic Battle Game. Good shot of Maul. That Ray Park's brilliant. I'd love to meet him. Nice. Binoculars, or whatever you call them. You can't go to Tatooine without a pair of them. And then, of course, these. I've got a few of these now that I've accumulated via various means. Ooh, one thing I liked about the Speeder, and I've just seen it now, is that on the back. It matched the... What's it called? The Infiltrator, isn't it? The Sith Infiltrator's his ship. But that had green lights at the back. reminiscent of like a TIE fighter or something. It's something of the bad guy's side, you know, but then you have that light at the back as well. That's brilliant. And here he is, just as I suspected. He's very like the other figure. Nice face, that neutral face. I like that when he looks calm. Yeah, there's been subsequent Mauls that, you know, beat that. But you know, obviously when he's on that speeder, I love the sound of that speeder. His hood is flapping everywhere anyway, so it doesn't really matter that it's loose. I think it's going to be good to sit on this. In fact, do you know something? It's funny this actually. This figure is clearly designed for this speeder. So the other one I've got, which is on the top of the shelf as you saw, has these big hinges. And I always used to think to myself, why has he got those? And he hasn't even got hinges on his elbows, which is annoying. You know, he's got a hinge at the joint and then that is it. You can't even swivel. Oh yeah, you can swivel the wrist. But now I understand why. This figure was designed to be sat on this speeder. I don't know about the one that was in the earlier release, but certainly this one is. Right, let me get him set up and then we'll talk some more. And that's it, I'm kind of done there. Well, not yet, I'll show you some of the things, but I'm going to have him on my shelf like this actually, because there's a bit when he just climbs aboard just before he hits the power and then flies off. I could find a way of having him on a stand maybe, but that'll do me. I'm going to probably do some rejigging now and get all these extra Maul figures. There's a couple more ones I want of him training. You know that Sith training droid? I want that figure. I missed it for bloody £7 last week on eBay. Napping I was watching it and then I forgot to check. Oh, you know how it is. Bruh. £7 I could have got it for. Plus the postage would have been a tenner. What I've done here now is I've scored an extra stand because I won't be using that with regards to this. No idea how that goes in. And then there's this and that there. Usually these go on the bottom of a stand. I mean, I don't get it. Give me 1 minute. I'll see if I can figure this out for you. Aha, I figured out one thing. That apparently goes in the back. Anyway, that goes in the back there. Is that like a bomb or something? Or just an extra probe droid? No idea. You know, that goes in there. Binoculars will obviously go in his hand. But I don't think that droid... Funny that, isn't it? The droid doesn't go on the top of anything. Because it's obviously got the hole to do so, but they haven't given you a stand for that, but that doesn't really matter. Well, it does if you would like it to be on top of something. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed that. This is going to be a spare as well, actually. Got quite a few of those going spare now. I might put them with something else.
Hey Nick, Kurt K here. Wondering if we're ever going to get Queel a proper ride. Let me know what you think. Love the new show.
Kurt K, thanks for the message. Good to hear what you sound like, man. And you sound like a real man. I like. High five. But when are we going to get Queel a proper ride? And that is a very good question. And beasts are something I never really went in for. But, you know, these things do change. I've got these few... Oh, these are just awesome. So, yeah, the biggest question, the elephant in the room, no pun intended, beasts, is when are we going to get a blurg? Speaking of good rides, let's go over here. About a year ago, I got these Tauntauns. They're really great. But yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it, you know? Mission Fleet and all that have it, I suppose. I've never even seen that one up close, but I am gonna, speaking of creatures, gonna do another room tour soon. I'm gonna I'm sort of doing it now, but I'm gonna give you a closer tour of all the creatures that I have acquired in the last few years. But yeah, I don't know what is going on, man, but Queel, right down here, he needs, well, not just him, Mandalorian also needs a blurg, man. It's just insane. I think we should just stop saying it and maybe they'll do it. It's a bit like Dooku. He ain't gonna come. I don't think he's ever gonna get made. I'll say that and he probably will now. I don't know. Madness. Don't know why they've not done it. They need to do it. That's all I've got to say about that. If you've got the magic wand that will make them change their mind, it's like, can somebody remind them that we will hand over our money for them? And, you know, it's mad. It's crazy, isn't it? I don't understand. No answer for you, but I don't know what's going to happen. But hopefully, soon.
Hello, Only One Kenobi. This is Lara, the Patreon supporter. I'm calling you from Batu at Galaxy's Edge today. I have a question for you. What would you consider a grail item for you? Because I know mine would probably be the sail barge. Just wondering what yours would be. All right. Thanks for this segment. It's an awesome show that you have, and we love being part of your fan base. Take care. Bye-bye.
Great friend of the channel, Lara V, thank you for your question. Live from Galaxy's Edge. Great stuff. Well, I have an answer for you. I haven't really sort of said this much publicly, really. I've just been kind of biding my time. Yeah, you'll notice a gap on the wall there. That's because I'm trying to get rid of the frosting in this bad boy here. This is another variant of the B-Wing pilot. And there's one in particular that's my holy grail that I want to get hold of. So what you have here is the Return, the Revenge, the Return Canadian, and then I'm going to let you think now. The think time for you. What do you think that I want to get hold of? Keep in mind that I have here the regular Canna card there. I've got the Tri-Logo. I do want to upgrade the Canna card with an unpunched one, but that's not my holy grail. This was just a nice addition to get hold of that. It's a nice card condition, that. But my holy grail, well, I'm going to give you some more clues now. Let's have a look at Leia here. You have Return Single Pill, Return Multi-Language. That was really good, me getting that. I'd never seen that before, so I acquired it. It was out there and I got it. Then you got Revenge Single Pill and Revenge Multi-Language. So that's a 4-way system there. Look at that. A full house as far as I'm concerned. It's also the same for what you have here. That's the reissue. Then you've got the Revenge Single Pill, the Return Single Pill. This is a lovely item that's just sort of separate, but that's a vintage 80s Return Imperial 65 back. Then you have the Return Multi-Language and the Revenge Multi-Language. My holy grail would be the Revenge Multi-Language of that. It's got to be out there. I've never seen it. Somebody must have a picture of it. Who's got a copy of the Blue Milk book? Somebody must have that. And does it have a picture of one in there? It must be someone who has it. I don't know. I occasionally look on eBay and I have a look around, and but if I get that would just be awesome, because it would match my other full houses. You see the layers there, the TIE Fighters, and that is it. I've also got full sets here of Akbar. I've got a vintage 80s coming actually, which is nice. So you've got the Revenge Ophilus, Revenge Standard, Return Ophilus, Return Standard, reissue. I also have this here, this beautiful card back. This is a rare, this is a Canadian, which is changing colour like we've discussed that before, just like the vintage 80s. And soon I'll be getting an unpunched mock vintage 80s, which is going to go there. Sorry, Kathaba, you're going to have to go. Have to put him somewhere else. But there you are. That is my answer for you, Lara V. That would be a beautiful acquisition. So yeah.
do you think that we'll see in the Obi-Wan miniseries General Grievous' ship? Being that Obi-Wan had to get to Tatooine somehow, and with him being the last person to have it, do you think he might have used General Grievous' ship to fly to Tatooine?
It's a good question. That ship is interesting. I don't know about you, but when I first saw Revenge of the Sith, I never really kind of twigged or cottoned on whose ship that was. You know, when you see Grievous escaping, his, time to abandon ship. That was kind of like, an escape pod, and then you see him on that wheel thing. I'm trying my best to do the sound effects there, but the actual ship is after he's died, and then obviously Obi-Wan escapes. Lovely craft. It reminds me a little bit of something I've seen before somewhere else in the film. It's obviously a design that's recycled. They design multiple things and then they use them for different characters. But I'm only filming this creature because I've just got it out to ask when I was answering another question. And he is nice. I need to get an Obi-Wan on top of him. But you obviously see him on the same planet as Obi-Wan got Grievous' ship. But the actual ship itself, I don't own it. I wouldn't mind getting maybe hold of it unless it's monstrously expensive. But yeah, totally. It could appear. I don't know, he must have maybe got to Tatooine one way or another. By then he would have obviously hooked up with Bail Organa and obviously Yoda, by which you'd expect him to maybe get hold of another ship. But yeah, I don't know the name of Grievous' ship or the model, but it's nice. It's almost like it's too good for Grievous. Grievous is kind of clumsy, right? A little bit gawky. Let's go down here and have a look at him. There he is, that's his final moments. I've got another Grievous somewhere. Grievous bodily harm, where are you? Hang on. It's too kind of classy for him. Yeah, you can imagine him in something else, like those other clumsy vehicles he's in, like the escape pod and that wheel thing. Like, they look more separatist, but still, yeah, it's a nice ship. Don't know what to say, really, other than you've now got me thinking about wanting to get hold of it. So I might have a look into that. I know Aaron, Toy Shelf Review, he must have a review on that. In fact, I think he does. Still, that's food for thought. Good question. I really need to say a bit more about what I think is going to happen in the Obi-Wan series. I was going to do loads and loads of videos on that, but I just haven't got round to it. But in the fullness of time, I will. Still. So, I'm going to end Wan Voice now with one final voice message from somebody who got in touch and responded and let me know what their favourite 3 3/4 inch figure was. Now, I don't know if you are aware or not, but I asked last week or maybe even the week before for people to start sending messages to me as opposed to this segment now is great because I've been answering questions. However, I occasionally would like to ask you a question and get your response. And I thought, what better way to start than find out what people's absolute favourite 3 3/4 inch figure is. It's tough. It's like asking somebody what their favourite album is. But still, I've had a couple of responses, and also as an extra incentive, I'm going to add everybody who enters with a response for this into a prize draw on a future live stream for an Only One Kenobi patch. My original plan was to put all of these responses for this question, your favourite 3 3/4 inch figure, into one episode only. But no, what I'm thinking of doing is just having a couple of them dotted around. Like, this is the first one. This comes from C3PO Concepts. And this is what he has to say. And I'm fascinated by what you all think, because the vast 3.75 goes back many decades. So I'm looking forward to hearing what people say. Let's make it a game. Let's see if I can match you. See if I own what you like, or if not, what's my closest equivalent. So here is C3PO Concepts with his favourite 3 3/4 inch figure.
What's up, sir? I'm really enjoying this series. I appreciate you putting so much time in for us. So, my favorite action figure. My first thought was the Endor Throne Saga C3PO, because that's my favorite one to photograph and probably my favorite character. But then the nostalgia sank in, and I remembered the Han Solo Power of the Force 2 comm chip. I played with that quite a bit as a kid, and I was really confused by the articulation of his arm and of his left leg that kind of twisted and had that knee joint. I wasn't used to the knee joints at the time. And then I was about 5 years old, probably rewatching A New Hope, and I realized that the figure was articulated the way it was so that he could prop his leg up on the table and prop his hand up against the wall in the exact position that he shoots Greedo in. And when I realized that the figure was designed to recreate the movie like that, it just blew my little head. And it it warms me up. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I can't match you on that one, man. I don't have that Power of the Force 2 Han. I've got loads of different Hans, but I shall look out for that one just to have it, maybe. But I just thought I would film, earlier on today, I'm doing a voiceover here, my favourite Han, which is the VOTC, and also the one that came with the Legacy Collection Falcon. I thought that was pretty good as well. So, yeah, brilliant. But obviously, totally 100% agree with you on the Throne C-3PO, man. That is the best. Highly recommend that to anybody who wants a really, really good 3PO. Vac metal as well. Anyway, that is all I really have time for on this episode of Only One Fans. It has been quite a long episode. A lot of hard work has gone into this. So I appreciate your support. Thank you very much for all the people who have sent messages and contributed. And please do keep them coming in. I want to hear more about your favourite figures for 3 3/4 inch, and of course you will be entered into the prize draw for an Only One Kenobi patch at a live stream coming up very soon. And in the meantime, do hit the like button on your way out, subscribe if you are new, and of course, tap the notification bell, and all that usual YouTube blah-de-blah. In the meantime, you have been amazing. As ever in closing, I will say that I am Only One Kenobi, you are my one and Obis, the Only One Fans. Bye for now.